Season 5 is now upon us. We've made a good start, unbeaten, and we have a few more new faces. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode with Bolton, and we've made a few new faces and we're just going to jump straight into the transfers. The first one you'll see on screen now is Lucas Bezja. Can you guess where he's from? I don't tend to go anywhere else. Man United centre-back, looks pretty decent. Since we've lost Van der Berg, there wasn't very many rich pickings out there. We didn't have any money to begin with, 1.7 million, and we kind of spent that quite quickly, really, to be perfectly honest. But we lost Van der Berg, so we had to bring somebody in, and he looks top of the bill. In fact, he looks very, very good indeed. 21 years old. He's valued at 220,000. We tried to buy him. They wanted 54 million for him, so they weren't going to let him go very, very cheap. So we're not. So he's going to come with us on loan until we get some decent players in. But concentration, decision making, jumping and pace is pretty decent. Physicals are very, very nice indeed. He can mark, he can tackle, he can even head the ball. At 6'4", you'd expect him to be very, very defensive, wouldn't you really? Played with Doncaster and MK Dons, so he's had a couple of seasons there. How well did he do? 14 games, nothing really happening there, and he scored a goal in one of theirs. Picked up a couple of yellow cards and 1 assist, so it's not too bad, I guess. James Trafford, no, he's not from Man United, he's actually from Man City. Another loanee, a goalkeeper this time, and I think he tops the bill quite comfortably ahead of Zima. Zima, I'm still not so sure about, with him reaching his peak in his career. He has been a little bit slow, but this guy seems a little bit quicker. Physicals look very, very good. Agility and jumping reach is fantastic. Again, 6'4", should be able to come out for them crosses quite easily. At 20 years old, again, we tried to sign him. Man City weren't prepared to let him go cheaply. Compare him to Zima. Zima in the blue. It's he hasn't got a very eccentricity. I'm assuming that comes with age. Distribution isn't as great, or physical, or in fact, it doesn't look that great compared to Zima, does he? But then again, he is 20 years old. He is learning his trade, and he comes out on loan. So if we do manage to let Zima go, we do save about £6,000 a week on the wages. But I've got no intention of letting him go just yet. Luca Gallarducci. Italian, he's on loan from West Ham. Yeah, another loanee. Again, he looked very, very good. It's not the wing position we brought him in for. We really wanted him in the centre, to be perfectly honest. But if he can perform well with them sort of stats, then I cannot complain. He's quite easily our best winger at the moment, topping the bill ahead of Phillips and Lockett and Milinkovic and everybody else. But look at that aggression and determination. There's a lot of greens on there. Crossings are a lot to be desired for, that has to be said, but he's got very good passing. Penalty taking is not too bad, because we all know we like a good penalty taker, if we ever get one, that is. Work rate's pretty good as well, and teamwork. So 6'1" on the right hand side. He is reasonably quick as well. Very good pace, very good acceleration. Natural fitness isn't too bad either. But yeah, our third loanee, as we bring in Welsh wizard Owen. I'm not going to pronounce his name. We picked him up on a free, and look at that. I mean, the mentals look very good in the centre midfield. Free kick, he can take a free kick, and his technique's pretty good. Physicals and mentals look very, very nice indeed. Very well rounded. He's only 9th choice midfielder, but I find that very, very surprising. But he is only 20 years old, so he's got quite a way ahead of him as well. So with any luck, when these get a little bit older and go, he should be able to move up that ladder reasonably well. If we and hopefully we'll use him quite a bit this season. A potential ability up to a 5-star, so I'm quite looking forward to using him. He's played in Wales with Barla and Pennybont. 10 assists, so that was what really stood out as well. 10 assists in 30 games, 3 man of the matches and 3 goals to boot. 7.48, so he should do well for us. And now we start spending money. Matej Machka. We brought him in really just to keep Zima company, because if you can remember last season he was stressing concerns that he was a little bit homesick. He wasn't really fitting in, and we asked him what he wanted, and he asked if he could bring a friend. So yes, this is Zima's friend Machka. Again, a right winger. Stats aren't the best, but £2,500 a week is quite expensive, you'd say, for that. But we just had to bring somebody in just so we can keep Zima, really. If Zima goes, no doubt he'll follow. Start spending more money. George Nunn, a forward. Now we brought him in mainly because he scored some goals, 37 goals and 86 for Waterford. He looks very, very nicely rounded in the physical department, finishing a 10 double figures, heading as well. So he is fourth choice striker also, and he can play pressing forward, target man, poacher, advanced forward. So he's got the abilities of this. 6'2", so you could probably use him as a target man as well, being quite tall. Should be able to use his head. Just out of interest, heading. Did I see heading yet? 21 years old. We did spend a fair bit, 220,000 from Waterford, and as you can see, 7 goals in 14, 11, 36, 19 and 36. So he had a very good first season there, not so good, and then he kind of improved last season. So we do bring him in here, and we're going to probably use him as well because Lundulu can't do it all himself. Niall Ennis from Notts County, we brought this chap. Now he did stand out a little bit, 34 goals in 68, 15 out of 41 for Notts County. Advanced forward, I like to play with advanced forward, but what really impressed me is apart from the physicals, it was his finishing, 15 finishing. He's already a 3-star. He is a second choice striker. Simmons, that's probably where you're wondering. Simmons, we'll get to him shortly. But yeah, 15 finishing, that really stood out. Acceleration and pace, he's going to be rapid. At the moment, he has got a groin strain, so he's out for a week at the moment. But yeah, another striker. Yeah, we tend to go for strikers at the minute. I'm not sure why. It's not where we wanted to improve the team. But yeah, he's from Notts County. We've got him. He's worth 575,000 already. We do pick him up for 425 though. So we do help Notts County out a little bit. We're on Notts County just out of interest. They're in Sky Bet 1, so did they get promoted from the National Vanarama? Finished second there and 14th last season. So they have gone back-to-back promotions by looks of things. Ben Williams. Now we've been tracking him all summer. And look at that, he is by far our best left back, ahead of Devin as well, which you might find surprising. Determination, work rate is very good, physicals are fantastic, he can cross the ball as well, and he's got good tackling skills and passing, so I'm quite pleased with that. He's already played a few good games with us already in the sevens, so I can't really moan too much, and to be perfectly honest, when he's played, he's made things happen. At 24 years old, probably going against policy, because I think it's under 23s we should be signing, but we wanted experience in here. He comes from Barnsley, he's played in the Championship, he's very, very experienced here, so already at 7.4. I mean, granted it's only his first game, but he is a pretty consistent. Dasika, if that's how you pronounce it. Again, another Welsh wizard. Bravery and anticipation. Well, it's the bravery that really stood out really for me. 19. He is a fourth choice centre back. So him and Zuma are going to get a fair bit of games, I feel. 6'5" between him and Bejga. They're 6'4" and 6'5". I don't think they're going to get the ball taken off them at any time soon. Ideally, I really wanted a ball playing defender, but you know what? It doesn't really matter as long as they can do the job and stop them coming through it. I'm not too concerned. We do pick him up for 575,000 though from Blackburn. They've been in the Championship. He's not really played by looks of things. Non-competitive games. Yeah, that's all he's played. Is just he's not really hit the first team. So I'm hoping he's going to do a job for us, but there's no reason why he can't. Very, very well-rounded centre-back. So hopefully, if he stays injury-free, we'll have a decent back four, and we can push on for promotion at any time soon. And our final signing of the summer, really, is Flynn Downs. Well, look at that, he's valued at 2.1 million already. I don't think we paid for that much for him, I don't think. But a centre, midfield, ball winning, deep line, Corelio, box to box. Yeah, he can play any position in there, so I'm reasonably happy there. I'm very excited to use him. Although he does come down as our fifth choice midfielder. If you put Luca out on the wing, he will immediately go into fourth, so behind Reece Cole, Robertson and Bidstrup. Pace and acceleration, aggression and composure and determination. If he's got composure, then penalty taking is 17, which is quite disappointing. But he can get the ball forward when possible, it dictates the tempo, looks for the pass rather than attempting to score and dive. So I'm hoping if we do get a one-on-one situation, he is going to pass the ball across the goal and into an empty net for one of our other players. Here's hoping. But he has scored 4 goals in 39 for Rotherham. That's who we pick him up from. 1.5 million. I don't think it's too bad. He's reasonably young. He's played for Ipswich as well. and he's got a lot of experience, a few goals and some assists as well. So he does get involved. But that does conclude our buy-ins for this summer. Not quite the transfers I was expecting. A lot of players. It's a bit like buying a house. We were being gazumped by a lot of other teams that are coming in and just snatching them off us at the last minute. We do say goodbye to a few players. There's a lot of players going out on loan, like Torme, Sangster. Simmons is out on loan. I just want him to learn his trade. He performed quite badly last season, or especially towards the season when we wanted to rely on him, it didn't kind of work out. Sefu's gone out on loan to Eastleigh. We've got Hamanch, Rodovic, and Gasper. He's gone out on loan as well. Probably not ideal round about now. A couple of players went out on a free. Simu and Rosso, they've gone to Nuremberg and Andorra respectively. And then we start gaining a little bit of money for some of our players. Liam Edwards went for 71,000 to Wrexham. It was worth about 150, but you know what? It's just that wage budget as well that we wanted to offload. Solanke, he's gone to Oxford for 85,000. We're not going to be using him. We didn't use him as often last season. Pretty disappointed. Terry Taylor, even though we could use him in defence and midfield, we didn't really use him at all. But he's gone for up to 60,000 to Doncaster. Costello, he's gone as well. We're definitely not going to be using him. So he went for 300,000 to Portsmouth, who were newly promoted, which we will probably be playing in the next episode, because I think there we play them quite early on in the fixture list. And then the big one, Oliver Shenton. He was injury after injury after injury, and in the end we had to let him go. 8.5 million. He's only worth 4.6 now. 25 years old. He's on 16 grand a week. There's no way we could compete with that. He was already earning 11, and stats wise look absolutely brilliant. But we have got Robertson that can play there. We've got Bidstrup that can play there. In fact, a lot of players can play in that position, and at 11 grand a week we just couldn't really afford it. Finances, we've got 13 grand in the bank with 4 million left to spend. We're not, to be perfectly honest, we couldn't spend it. Like I said, we were getting gazumped quite a lot. Wage budget, we are just under it by about 10 grand. We have had to up it a little bit as well, because I think it was earlier at 140. We had the Trotters Cup, our annual trophy. We beat Aston Villa 1-0, which was a surprise result actually for us. 1-0. Lundulu getting his first goal of the season, even though it was a friendly. But we did lose to Leicester. Leicester in the Premiership, or did they come down? Yeah, they did come down. Bugger. So we're going to be playing them this season. So yeah, we lost 2-1. Disappointing. 3 goals inside 22 minutes. We got one back and nothing really happened after that. We lost a surprise loss to Blackpool 1-0 on 59 minutes, but then we started on a little bit of a run. Aberdeen 3-3. What a game. We were 3-2 up at one point, getting into the last 5 minutes. We just couldn't hold on. Christian Norton, one of our youngsters, we drew again, this time with Rangers 1-1. It was all about trying to make money in the summer, and we did make a fair bit. I think we made about £1 million in total over the friendlies, so reasonably happy. Rangers was like a 1-1, 1-0 up. Magica getting his first goal before being pegged back. Then Southampton, we won 1-0. What a result. Southampton got relegated as well, so we'll be playing them this season. George Nunn, we spoke about him earlier on, one of our signings, 60th minute. Gillingham, a hard-fought 2-1 victory. Lockett getting the winner there on 41 minutes with Alex Robertson scoring the first goal. Wickham 1-0, surprisingly. That was a very tough game. Milinkovic 20th minute, but it was all about winning. I'm not sure whether it's the formation I'm using, I don't know, but we're still using attackers straight across ball with 2 midfielders and one single attacker, and we just don't seem to be scoring goals, which is quite worrying. And then we started the season off against Cardiff, and we went 1-0 up with a superb strike from Bidstrup. And I thought it was going to be plain sailing from this on, but all of a sudden they got one back through Robber, which is quite inept for a name, and they went ahead as well with Reed just coming in on goal, and the goalkeeper just not standing a chance at all. I'm not sure who it was in goal, I think it was Bossman, but it did take us until the 92nd minute to get an equaliser. Williams to Wright Phillips, and I was saying that Ben Williams has a good cross on him. That was his cross onto Wright Phillips, who should have buried it first time. But yeah, 2-2 in the end, so not a bad result. We did have a very, very dull 0-0 affair with Ipswich, though. In the next game, again, we just couldn't put the ball in the net. We were struggling, really were. But we do go through into the next round of the Carabao Cup with a lovely goal by Lundulu. Great ball in by Levitt, but that saw us through to the next round. So that was a nice little victory as well. And as you can see, we played Bristol Rovers in the next round at home. Bristol Rovers, I think the Division 1. Yes, they are League Division 1. With it being the transfer window and everything like that, we're going to just play the one game today against newly promoted Luton, who are languishing 22nd. But we all know from last season, it doesn't mean a thing at all. They've lost 2 games, Huddersfield and Reading. We're lying in 14th. We haven't won, we haven't lost. We've drawn both our games. So I'm hoping, against all hope, that we may just come good here and get our first win in the league. And the side that is going to take us to that victory, I am hoping we're going to have Trafford in goal. We've got Kearney, Bejga, Ogbeta and Devin. We've got Robertson and Downs. Then we're going to have Glauducci, McKenniff and Milinkovic, and then Lundulu up front. The University of Bolton once again might choose to go to a bigger ground. I don't know. Depends if we get to the Premiership, but that could be a way off at the minute. They come in with 5 at the back, 3 in midfield, and a 1-1. We'll give them all the faith that is required, and hopefully it should be enough. Derby are already setting the pace, 3 for 3, and we have got the ball in this time. Glauducci has got his first goal for Bolton. He sets us on our way after 16-17 minutes, and that's a very, very good start, even after the disappointment having a goal disallowed. That's a good header by Lundulu, and he's on the back post. Wonderful stuff, and that's what we want from our players. Everybody to get involved, everybody to assist as well, as we have another chance. Glauducci is going to try. Well, that was a good cross in actually. I can't moan about that at all. He's got very good crossing, I think he has. Let's pass it back to him. No McKenniff this time. Back post to Milinkovic this time. He does get the goal. As we see it in 3 dimensions. Lovely ball in. McKenniff getting involved very early. Quick cross in actually, to be fair. Milinkovic is on it like a shot. So it's 28 minutes gone. 2-0 up. And we are looking at our first win of the season. Fingers crossed. I have got them crossed, honest. Luton with a rare attack towards the end of the first half. We do have the tendency to concede near the half time, which that one goes over. So thankfully, not this time. Glauducci back post, not quite finding his man that time. Maybe he needs to stick it into the centre as Jata comes forward. And in fact, he's racing forward, isn't he? That's a good tackle by Robertson, who's getting involved all the way back as well. He is our midfielder though. Milinkovic to Robertson once again. And Devin down on the left hand side into Milinkovic again. So them two are playing really well. Lockhart cannot play with Devin. I've found that out. They don't like each other, I think. So one of them will have to give way eventually. But if Ben Williams plays, then Lockett can play on that side. But that is a cracking goal by Devin. And you know what? Devin can play as well sometimes. Between him and Ben Williams, I don't have a problem at all. Both of them can do the job. We just don't seem to be getting the ball down the right hand side though. The ball comes over to Devin. Is that his first goal for the club? I'm not so sure actually. It might be, maybe. I really don't know. But that's 3-0. 10 shots, 7 on target, 4. Although possession wise, it doesn't really suggest it, does it? Excellent effort, guys. And that's well played indeed. As we start the second half, Luton with a rare attack once again. We don't see many of them, thankfully. And that's a good header out as Downs holds it up. Milinkovic is going to thread it over through. No, probably not. He's going to take it to the byline. He just cannons if we should get in there. Devin, well played. But Milinkovic will have another opportunity. Cross it in. Nope. Devin is playing really well at the moment. Looks like he thinks his place is under threat. Well, Glauducci. Well, that's not a bad effort. And we're going to make a couple of substitutions. Rest some of our players. Some of them are getting rather complacent, like Robertson, so we are going to take him off now. We're going to bring Bidstrup in, straight swap, and here's the other one, McKenniff. We're going to bring in Levitt for him. Again, straight swap. I love it, absolutely love it. And who can play left? Well, it looks like Lockett can play there, but I am very tempted to give George Nunn a run out. He's very quick, he can do the job. Let's play on. Let's see if he can grab a goal. Lundulu hasn't scored yet, so Nunn could get ahead of him, as we should intercept that one. Collins is racing in. It's a good effort. Going nowhere. It's gone wide. Collins now on the ball. He's going to just cross it in. Zlatovic. I thought it was Zlatan then, but it's not. As they are slowly but surely coming into the game, which I'm not really liking one bit. Could it be that the two change of personnel that we had, as Milinkovic does win that ball downs into none. Yeah, he was on his way though. You've put the ball in front of him to run off, and yeah, the referee blew. But 3-0, I'm pretty pleased with that. Possession moved in our favour in the end, although towards the end it was all Luton, so that's quite weird. Just have a look at the table after this last game as well, see where we do end up. We have got ourselves into 6th position miraculously. We're going to come back to the Portsmouth game, another one that is a newly promoted side, so we're going to see if we can give them what for as well. They're lying in 3rd position. Do we come back to the Carabao Cup? It could be a start of a long cup run. We don't want it all league, do we? So let's put a cup fixture in there as well. See how many wins we can get on camera. So at the minute we've had a good start, 1 win on camera. Let's see if we can do any better than we did last season, because it didn't go so well last season, did it? So if you enjoyed that, please pop a like on there. If you'd like to see more on YouTube channel, please subscribe. And until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.